Again. Next we have a speaker that will be, sorry my brain froze for a moment. We'll have our main speaker. Before he comes up, I just want to say one of the things I love about Oasis is the gifted talent we have every week coming to perform. And also our speakers. We have this wide variety of speakers who come and share knowledge and enlighten us every week, and it's just so incredible to have that opportunity to come every Sunday. That's why I keep coming. This Sunday we have an Oasien who's going to share his thoughts. His title today is Stomping Through the Ideological Tulips, What Happens When Your Beliefs Get Trampled On. And I'd like to welcome up Ken Ismert.
Ken 6361.
You bet.
Well, good morning. One of the great things about Oasis is its diversity of people and the diversity of belief. Unlike so many other organizations where everyone looks and thinks more or less like you can meet very different people with very different viewpoints here. This exchange of ideas is usually positive and invigorating, but it can come with a potential downside. Sometimes beliefs clash. So how does one deal with an affront to one's cherished belief? How should our group best respond to these events? Let's start out with how our ideas come to be. A seed. All ideas start with a seed. Maybe you found it, or maybe it was given to you, or maybe somebody planted it for you. Regardless of how you got it, your belief has grown and thrives. Then, one day you meet a free thinker, get into a discussion, and boom. Your belief is trampled. Ouch. And given the type of people who frequent Oasis, this trampling will likely be witty, backed by sound scientific research, or both. So, what to do? First, calm down. Try to inject some good humor into your experience. Or maybe meditate. Ask yourself, was this a personal attack? If so, you can safely ignore it. But many times, the critique will be centered on your belief, not yourself, so you can't really take it personally. In this case, consider some possibilities. Maybe they made a point you hadn't thought of before. Maybe some of your facts are wrong, or you used only the facts that supported your side while ignoring those that did not. Maybe, if you're honest with yourself, there aren't any real good facts supporting your side at all. As you go through this process, it may seem unsettling, but this is a good thing. It means you're thinking. So, what happens now after your introspection and self-evaluation? Well, there could be several outcomes. It could be that you found more evidence for your idea and less support for the other, so you defend but remain open to new evidence. Maybe you realize that parts of your idea aren't supported by fact, so you change your idea, modifying it to preserve the facts that exist and omitting the parts that aren't supported by facts, and resolve to keep on exploring. Lastly, you might concede that your idea is untenable and has no good factual support, so you discard and face the implications of your new direction. I think this outlines fairly well your personal responsibility to challenges to your beliefs. But let's now take a short detour and explore how people form beliefs. We all have beliefs. It's impossible to escape them. How do we decide, though, what is a good belief? If you care about fact or belief, then I think there are only two ways to arrive at a belief. One, you let facts filter your belief, or two, you let your beliefs filter facts. Obviously, at Oasis, we prefer the former method. This fact-first approach allows you to form and modify your beliefs based on the best available information. This can be called rationalism. But many people fall into the second mode of belief. For them, the belief comes first. Facts that support that belief are selectively included, while those that do not are ignored. This mode of building belief provides a comforting feeling that the belief is solid and true, but at the expense of looking at a much more limited part of the reality surrounding the belief. This can lead to all kinds of superstitious and dogmatic thinking. One of the things that fuels belief-first thinking is a common and genuine confusion about what fact really is. Rather than go into lots of boring detail, I will give you some hints. Facts are surprisingly hard to find on the History and Discovery channels. Having good hair doesn't make someone more credible. The rationalist tries to sift the few good, reliable facts from the many questionable and baseless statements that are out there. This process is called skepticism. For the beginning skeptic, I have this exercise. Watch one of the True Ghost shows on one of the aforementioned channels and come up with an alternative and more convincing explanation for what is going on, something that doesn't involve the existence of ghosts. So that is a brief outline of belief forming. Now we will come back to a question I raised earlier. We've covered personal responsibility to challenges to your beliefs, but what about the group's responsibilities to the individual? Here are a few points. Identifying with the group and its values is what makes you an Oasian, not conforming to some rigid set of ideals. Everyone has a right to their opinions. Everyone is free to change or not change at their own rate. Oasis is not a debate society. Ideological discussion here is not a contact sport. Think before delivering sharp comebacks and one-liner put-downs. It makes for great TV, but poor group building. This is one thing I personally have to watch out for. It is so easy to pop out that zinger before thinking, but I wind up regretting it every time I do it. So it is all about striking a balance between the free exchange of ideas and respect for the individual. In short, I want Oasis to be a place where people can relax, free from having to consistently defend their position or feeling a need to continually impose their position on others. Now, coming back to personal responsibility, I recall that I outlined 3 responses to a challenge to your belief: defend, change, or discard. But now I propose that even these options are too limiting because we know so little and because it is hard to make an entirely consistent belief structure. So,
just keep going.
Ghost.
Just goes to sleep.
thank you. Maybe you should expand your circle and add other good ideas you find with yours and become a bouquet of ideas. Or maybe you can reach a place where you can let other people's ideas stand alongside yours and become part of a lovely garden, our garden oasis, rooted in fact, watered with reason.